The opening scene of The Shining sets the theme and the tone of the entire film. Those themes are of isolation and loneliness. It is just a lone car traveling along a frozen road in the middle of nowhere. From this opening scene, we move on to the inciting incident, in which Danny begins talking to his friend, Tony. At first, it may seem as though it is just an imaginary friend. However, Tony begins to foresee the future and warns Danny against traveling to the hotel. At the hotel, he meets Dick. Dick warns him of room 237 and says there is nothing in there. The film then moves on to plot point 1, in which Danny enters room 237. After he enters room 237, he goes back to his mother, who finds bruises on his neck. She assumes it is his father. However, something is lurking in room 237.
Suspense.
The film then moves on to pinch 1, in which Jack goes into room 237. In room 237, he meets a beautiful woman, and he begins to kiss her. However, as he is kissing her, she morphs into a corpse, a living corpse, a zombie, if you will, who seeks to hurt Jack, and he flees the room. We then reach the midpoint of the film, in which Jack enters the gold room, and in the gold room, a party is going on. He meets the butler, Grady, and they begin to talk. He tells Jack to correct his family, to sort them out, and then he says that Jack is the caretaker and he has always been there. This reminds us of the central conflict of the film, and it also documents Jack's descent into madness.
Jack drives his car up the winding mountain.
We then reach pinch 2, in which Jack's wife finds his work. It is just page and page after all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Tony predicts the future.
Again, this documents Jack going mad.
To the hotel with his parents.
Then we have plot point 2, where Danny begins to write red rum on all the doors of the hotel.
Bruises around his neck.
And then we reach the climax, where Danny writes red rum on a mirror, and Jack's wife wakes up and sees murder written in the mirror.
Jack meets Grady, the previous
Because it was on the mirror. It was like on the door, and it reflected onto the mirror, and then it said which is murder backwards. And at this point, Jack begins to axe down their door and gain entrance into their room to murder his wife and child. After the climax, we would reach the Act 3 resolution. No, the midway point of Act 3, in which the protagonist, in this case Danny, I would assume, would confront Johnny, Jack. After the climax and the midway, all the issues are resolved. And in this case, Jack freezes to death, and his wife and Danny escape in the vehicle that Dick arrived in. However, he's dead.